I recently came across a meme-based smart contract project called PepeMeme.vip. And instead of reacting emotionally to the numbers, I want to break it down logically. How does the contract actually work? What does 200% per cycle really mean structurally? And how should you evaluate something like this from a risk perspective? Let's walk through it step by step using a simple calculator example. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. This is not financial advice. High-yield DeFi contracts and meme tokens are extremely high risk. Smart contracts can fail, liquidity can disappear, and participants can lose funds. Always do independent research and never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Now let's analyze the mechanism. According to the project documentation, the structure works like this. A user activates a contract. Tokens are frozen during the first cycle. After that cycle completes, the tokens are returned. A reward is distributed based on the contract terms. After the first cycle, the project claims that subsequent cycles no longer require freezing the same tokens again, and rewards continue under the contract rules. The contract is described as being deployed on-chain and operating without an admin kill switch, meaning there is no centralized control to pause it. However, decentralized does not mean risk-free. Smart contracts can still contain vulnerabilities or sustainability issues. Now let's visualize the numbers. Instead of focusing on hype percentages, let's simulate how the tier system appears to function. Level 1. Example input, $5. Projected return after one cycle, $10. Level 2. Example input, $10. Projected return, $20. Level 3. Example input, $20. Projected return, $40. From a mathematical perspective, this reflects a 2-time structure per cycle at each tier. But here's what matters. For returns like this to be sustainable, the contract must have a reward distribution model that supports it, whether through participant inflow, tokenomics design, or programmed emission logic. High percentage returns always require careful scrutiny. At the time of reviewing this project, participation appears limited, and access requires a referral link. This creates a controlled entry model rather than open public participation. Limited access structures are common in early-stage DeFi experiments. They do not automatically imply legitimacy or illegitimacy. They simply change how onboarding works. Whenever a project requires referrals to participate, you should carefully evaluate incentive alignment, reward sustainability, long-term token utility, transparency of contract code. There are community discussions suggesting a future listing. However, listings are never guaranteed. In crypto markets, speculation around listings often drives excitement, but responsible evaluation means separating confirmed facts from community expectations. Until something is officially announced and verifiable, it should be treated as speculation only. When evaluating a contract like this, ask yourself, is the contract code verified? How are rewards generated mathematically? What happens if participation slows? Is the yield emission sustainable? Are there audit reports? If a structure advertises 200% per cycle or high APY figures, sustainability analysis becomes critical. High yield always equals high volatility and elevated risk. Projects with aggressive yield mechanics are typically evaluated by experienced DeFi users, smart contract readers, high-risk capital participants. This is not beginner territory. If you are new to crypto, focus first on understanding wallets, smart contract risks, gas mechanics, and liquidity dynamics. If you want to examine the contract and run the calculator yourself, the link is available in the description. Do your own research. Verify everything independently. Never rely solely on influencers, including me. If you appreciate logical breakdowns instead of emotional hype, subscribe to Crypto Explainer. We analyze mechanics, we question assumptions, and we prioritize risk awareness. See you in the next video.